This is part 2 of how to become a human lie detector. I'm going to share with you more secrets. My name is Jason Hanson. I'm a former CIA officer. And one of the things I do is I do a lot of consulting, a lot of training when it comes to safety survival. And that includes how to detect deception. So in this part 2 video, I'm going to share with you more easy ways that anybody can detect deception. Obviously, if you didn't see part 1, go there first. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on that ring notification bell too, because I've got a lot more amazing videos coming your way.
Please welcome back former CIA officer Jason Hanson.
Former CIA Jason Hanson.
This handsome fella is Jason Hanson. Okay.
This is Jason Hanson, former CIA guy.
So, when it comes to more ways to detect deception, one of the ways that I love, and we're going to start with, is what I call the head nod. So what does the head nod mean? It means that as human beings, we are used to lying with our mouth, especially politicians, obviously. So we're used to lying with our mouth and, our face every kind of day, right? However, we are not used to controlling our body movements. So what does the head nod mean? It means you always believe the direction the head nods. So as I said, I'm a former CIA officer. So if you said to me, and this is going to be hard to fake, but if you said to me, hey, Jason, did you work for the CIA? And I said, yes, I did. But notice my head is going the no way. You would always believe the no way. It's hard to fake because obviously it looks goofy, but I'm going to give you some real life examples. So you always believe the direction of the head. So one of the best examples ever is Hillary Clinton when she was running for president. She did an interview, I think it was Diane Sawyer on 60 Minutes, or I don't remember the show, but it was Diane Sawyer interviewing Hillary Clinton. It's inside her house. And so they're talking about all this stuff with Hillary Clinton, and there's a wedding picture in the shot, and I think Diane Sawyer picks up the wedding picture, is like, oh, you and Bill have a really great marriage, don't you? And she says, yes, it's a wonderful marriage. And it's ever so slightly, but you see her head going no. Before they started talking about their wedding, Diane Sawyer was asking about Monica Lewinsky. So Hillary probably wasn't in the best mood, but it was very, very obvious when she said, hey, you have a wonderful marriage, don't you? Most people who have a wonderful marriage would be like, oh, yeah, we do. And she said, yes, we do. But you can see it, and I'm sure there's a clip of there somewhere. You can see her head going no. So very obvious that she doesn't have a great marriage. So always believe the direction that the head nods, because the head doesn't lie. One time, so I'm, hired to do some crazy things. One time I was hired for basically like a Jerry Springer type experience. Woman thought her husband was cheating on her. I started doing my lie detection thing. I meet with them. And this guy was smooth. I mean, it was very obvious he was cheating with her before I did all my lie detection techniques. But I'm like, listen, and I try and make friends. I'm like, hey, listen, we're guys. I understand we all do this kind of thing, which, no, I've never cheated on my wife and never would. But again, when I'm playing that role, when people hire me and I'm trying to see if this guy is being truthful to his wife, I'll be like, hey, I get it. And I'm like, you're telling me, like, you're a smooth guy, you're a good-looking guy, you have never once, and it could have been one time, it could have been a kiss, right? You've never once cheated on your wife. It was like, no, I never have. And this guy's nodding very, very obviously, like, all right, this guy cheated on his wife. Now, I did a bunch of other lie detection techniques, so it was, I look at everything. I look at the totality of the circumstances. So there are several things I do, at least 10 plus techniques. And nobody's going to do every single one of them. But if they do multiple ones, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, okay, probably guilty. So I did, many other things. By the time I was done, it was very, very obvious this guy was cheating on his wife. The head nod him on other things. So I told his wife, and he's like, no, baby, I didn't. And she believed him. And I was like, listen, lady, I have no skin in the game. You hired me to do a job. I could care less if he cheated on you. I could care less if he didn't cheat on you, because I'm here just to find the truth. He's cheating on you. Very, very, very certain. This is my first rodeo. This is my first time I've done this. But he convinced her. She believed him. Hey, to each his own. I can only tell you, and people can take it from there. So always remember the direction of the head nods. The head doesn't lie. If the head and the words do not match up, well, guess what? You believe the head. Now, other thing. Let's talk about overreaction. This is another way that you can detect lies. So you got to remember how normal human behavior is. So I'll tell you a quick story. One time this is also a cheating one. There was a woman thought her husband was cheating on her, and they hired me for this type of thing. And so, go through the whole song and dance, different things. And the reason she hired me, and this is, I should tell you the before story because it's very important. The reason she hired me is the first time she confronted her husband, he lost his stuff. He was cussing at her. He was screaming at her. He was going like psycho on her. And she tells me, like, Jason, he's usually not like this. Like, I've never heard him cuss like this before. He's usually not so angry. Like, I've never seen him so mad in his life. He told me he couldn't believe that I disrespected our marriage, that I accused him, And I still want you to do your thing, but I'm pretty sure he's not, because he was so upset and mad at me when I accused him of cheating. Well, guess what? Long story short, this guy was guilty of sin. He was cheating on his wife, and we ended up finding hardcore proof of him cheating on his wife. Hardcore, no pun intended. But when she first told me this story of her husband going psycho, of her husband going, nutso on her, I said, is he usually like this? Does your husband cuss regularly? Do you ever behave like this, get upset? She said, no. Well, guess what? If my phone rings right now, and let me pull out my trusty flip phone that I use that is in my pocket. So this is a real phone I use on a regular basis for a variety of reasons. But if my phone rings right now and my wife says to me, hey, Jason, are you cheating on me? First, I will make some joke that she won't find funny, because that's how marriage works. All the husbands know and all the wives know. So I'll make some joke. But then if she's like, no, seriously, are you cheating me? I'll be like, why are you asking me this? What's going on? I'm not going to flip out. I'm not going to cuss at my wife. I'm not going to go psycho, because I'm not cheating on my wife. But a guilty person, in their mind, they're like a cat trapped in the corner. They're going to go so psycho, because they're like, if I yell and scream and deny it, they will be afraid to ever ask me again. And so you got to remember, what is normal human behavior? If you ask somebody, if your wallet goes missing, right? Maybe you're at a conference and you say, hey, did you take my wallet? A normal innocent person would be like, no, I didn't take your wallet, but I'll help you look for it. A guilty party may be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you accused me of, are you racist? Or is it because I'm a man? Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I'm short? Whatever. They'll start throwing crazy stuff out there because they are guilty. And in their mind, they're like, if I just go off on this person and deny so much, they'd be like, oh, George thinks I'm a racist if I ask him again. Or George thinks it's because he's a man or a woman. Again, tall, short, whatever, throw in whatever you want. They don't exhibit normal human behavior. They freak out. So you've got to pay attention to the overreaction. If you ask them, hey, did you take this? Are you cheating on me? Are you, whatever it might be, and they go psycho on you, it is most likely because they're guilty. Because a normal person, again, my phone rings, my wife calls, and I just lost it, just through my shoulder. My wife accused me of cheating. I'm going to say no. Why are you asking me this? I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to freak out, because I'm not guilty, not cheating. So please remember the two I taught you. Number one is always believe the direction of the head. Politicians do this all the time. You watch a lot of political stuff and they'll say something, their head is going the other direction and they're guilty. And then number two, watch the overreaction. If they overreact like a crazy person, they are most likely guilty. Hope you learned a thing or two. Put this to use. Work, school, kids, family, whatever you want to do. If you want more, I'm going to bring more lie detection tips and skills to you. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to blackbookofspysecrets.com if you want to get a free book on more spy skills and CIA-type secrets that you can learn. My name is Jason Hanson. I'm a former CIA officer. God bless you. God bless your family.